Welcome back to the bench and the bleachers. As always, I'm your host, Keenan Chagaskis, joined by my co-host, Alex Tanaka. Another week is done. It means we are one more week closer to postseason baseball. But until then, we still got lots of baseball being played. Some things are happening. Roman Anthony, he'll be a Boston Red Sox for a while. 8-year, $130 million deal. He was signed today. That's huge for him. It's huge for the Red Sox. Got some business done before he became a big 300, 400 plus million dollar.
And for all those folks out there talking about a baseball salary cap, this is what you do to keep your salaries low, is you lock up your young players while they are good and while they are young before they become superstars that you project them to be. This is how you do it, is sign them while they're young. I cannot think of many examples of these contracts going badly. I really can't. Who was the guy in Boston who ended up just eating like $30 million in the minors every year? I
Pablo
forget his name.
Sandoval?
No. He was like a rookie. He got paid a lot. Whatever. It doesn't matter. This works out. This is how you're able to keep and draft and develop all these stars, is because you pay them when they're young and you pay them at a good price. You lock down their future. And then their next contract's the big one where you make the decision to either pay or just let them walk, because you should have a new crop of guys coming up too. I think it's a great move for everybody involved. Like, people always say too, they're like, oh, like Anthony shortchanged himself. I don't view it that way. I view it as he secured like generational wealth. In 8 years, he should be able to get really paid, like $300 million kind of paid.
Yeah. Well, and he's been a great rookie. Like, you knew he was going to be a star at some point. It was just a matter of when he was going to break out. It's good for Boston to jump on that. He's not a Boras guy, so they're able to extend him, which is
they're able to deal with a reasonable person. Like,
yeah, it's like Boras would go. This is his first year. He's got 6 years to prove himself, and we'll take a 1-year deal after that.
Yeah, where Boras just goes, oh my God, like Boras asked for like 600 million. They got him for 300. What a bargain. It's just the stupidest thing ever. Baseball is in a bad place, and a lot of it's Scott Boras' fault.
It is. A lot of it is just Scott Boras going.
I think if you look at the PA executive committee, over half of them are rep by Scott Boras.
Yeah. A team could literally offer some guy the highest contract in franchise history, and Boras would go, we want more.
If somebody cured cancer, Scott Boras would say, well, doctors are now out of work. Thanks, asshole.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of guy that he is. You know what I mean, though? Like, that's his kind of attitude. He's that exact kind of person where, like, he's just never happy.
I'm surprised he publicly hasn't said anything against the salary cap. Like, I don't think he's a big Twitter guy or anything, but that would be a Scott Boras thing to do.
His work speaks for itself, Keenan.
Yeah, it would just to randomly show up and go, a salary cap would be the worst thing for baseball. It's like,
he doesn't need to do that because he uses his players as his mouthpiece.
That's true. That's what it is. True.
He's not like Alan Walsh in the NHL, where he's always mouthing off on Twitter and feels the need to self-promote. So,
yeah.
But fuck Scott Boras. Move on. I don't want to talk about him.
Yeah, all right. Emmanuel Clase, Luis Ortiz, big gambling case against the two of them, sports gambling. Their lockers have been cleaned out in Cleveland. The investigation's still going on. Bob Nightingale, take this with a grain of salt. It's Bob said he doesn't think
shit on Bob. He knows what he's doing sometimes.
Sometimes he hits. Sometimes it's the weirdest ice cold take you've ever seen. But this one kind of makes sense because it's him saying, I don't think we'll ever see them in an MLB uniform again. Yeah, and you know what? I kind of agree.
Bob isn't a robot. Bob's not a corporate robot. Bob tells you what Bob thinks.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Okay, let's not. Bob isn't that bad. Like, I know we like to shit on the guy, but like, he's not that bad.
No, he's not.
He's just unironically very funny because he himself is not funny, but like what he says and does is funny. But his information isn't as bad as people like to think it is.
He'll say something like, expect Mason Miller to sign an extension with with the Athletics, and the day later he's traded. Yeah.
Just something and the whole Aaron Judge Giants thing was that
Arson Judge?
Arson Judge, yeah. That we don't need to talk about Bob Nightingale anymore. We
don't. But yeah, this is we kind of knew this wasn't going to end well for Clase and Ortiz. Apparently there was a closed investigation, not public, going on for Luis Ortiz before he was traded from Pittsburgh.
I read it's been going on for like months and months and months, dating back to last season.
Yeah, exactly. Before he was traded.
Yeah.
So This
I
is
know.
it's a strange thing that yeah, it was a closed investigation, but they allowed Pittsburgh to trade him like that.
I wonder if Pittsburgh was alerted to it and if Cleveland was. I think they probably let it happen because they know if they tell the teams, it's going to get leaked.
Yeah, but it like
I know, I know,
normally,
I know. But like, if they tell the teams it's going to get leaked, and the overall damage to baseball is worse than Cleveland getting screwed.
yeah, it just
They also probably didn't want to get it to get leaked because this investigation was happening the same time as more stuff from the Otani case was coming out too. So they probably wanted to be very closed doors with it, right?
that could
Just
be,
more,
yeah.
just from a league standpoint overall. I think that's why it was so close and why no one knew about it, right? Like that's why no one knew.
Yeah, I mean that makes the most sense, but usually MLB's on top of these kind of things.
Normally, I think this is them being on top of it, is them being very thorough
Yeah,
because they know they can't make a mistake. Because they
I think
know they can't make mistakes.
that's definitely a good
I
way to
think they've
look at it.
actually handled this very well. And I love to hate on Major League Baseball.
Yeah,
I think they're run by a bunch of incompetent terrorists, but this case was done very well.
yeah. Speaking of Pittsburgh, though, Paul Skeens has come out and called out the front office, more ownership than front office, because we know what Bob Nutting won't do. He called him out, said it's time to bring in some bats this offseason. Look, we traded away that big Bednar contract, however much he was making. He's like, we cleared up some space. Let's bring in some bats this offseason, because clearly the pitching is
And
not the
Hayes,
problem.
Keenan, that's their best hitter.
That was their best hitter. He's gone now.
No, there's O'Neill Cruz still. There's O'Neill.
Yeah, O'Neill Cruz and however, like 38-year-old Andrew McCutchen.
Brian Reynolds is still there, I think.
Yeah, he's struggling this year, though.
He should have been traded 2 years ago when his value was at his peak, but he didn't want to go. He didn't want to
Well,
leave.
yeah, they extended him.
He's just a guy who seems very mentally weak.
I think he's just fine in this situation, which is weird because Pittsburgh is an awful situation.
That's mentally weak to me. He
Yeah,
enjoys
because
not playing under pressure.
he signed when they were at their
Is
lowest.
he the weakest human in Major League Baseball? Is
Why
he
is he catching strays? He's like,
no, who's weaker than Brian Reynolds? Who has that mentality of I'm an all-star player and I don't want to leave the worst setup ever because I want to stay here and play in no pressure environments.
Byron Buxton literally just said.
But Buxton was there when things were good. Things have never
Okay,
been good. Things have never been good
that's
for
fair.
Brian
That's fair.
Reynolds.
That's fair.
Like Buxton has played in high pressure games with this organization, and the team's about to get sold, so maybe thinks it's going to be like a cash infusion. Ryan Reynolds, his entire duration with the Pittsburgh Pirates, has just been him getting to do whatever the fuck he wants because he's better than everybody else there. That's true though. No
It
one
is
cares.
true. It is true.
No one cares if Reynolds goes 0 for 12 because he doesn't have to hit.
No, there's no pressure at all. Like
Softest player in Major League Baseball. No one else comes close.
this guy's just catching strays for
I
one.
really don't like it.
I love it. There's like he hasn't publicly said he wants to stay in Pittsburgh or he wants to leave.
Well,
He's
his
just
no trade list was all playoff teams,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
right? That was another deadline story. He didn't want to go to a
I
playoff team.
forgot about that. They weren't even gonna trade him. Let's be honest. They didn't
He
trade
asked for it. If he wanted to play for a good team, he would have been traded every single season. But he doesn't want to play for a good team. He wants his collective pay. There's nothing wrong with that. He's just punching the clock.
Yeah, yeah,
It's fine, but that's not what Major League Baseball is about. That's not what professional sports is about. So he can take his candy ass down the road.
yeah.
He's a
Uh,
perfect pirate. He fits in perfect with the culture there.
he does. He does.
Like,
But yeah,
yeah.
look, I'd love to see Pittsburgh build a little bit, at least while Paul Skeens is still there. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
If
Like
you're not going to build around Paul Skeens and O'Neill Cruz, you're not going to build around any two players.
they hardly built around Andrew McCutchen when he was in
They
his
didn't
prime.
build around Andrew McCutchen. Let's
They
be
just
honest.
lucked
They
into a
they
few good
lucked in.
players.
Yeah, look at yeah. If you're not going to build around Paul Skeens, who's at the very worst, the third best pitcher on the planet,
Yeah.
very worst. He's probably the second best behind Terry Skubal and O'Neill Cruz, who is breaking out and is a star. We would do star,
Yeah, I'd say
star
I'd say star.
player, young player, who's still going to get better. If you won't build around that, your team's a joke. Your franchise is a joke, and you should lose draft picks, and you should be stripped away, and ultimately be forced to sell with public embarrassment because it's embarrassing.
It is very embarrassing.
Like it's because everybody knows it. You can't play well. We thought we brought in some guys. You brought in nobody. There's no
Yeah.
talent on this roster.
Who did they what? the most notable signings of the last 3 years are just re-signing Andrew McCutchen to 1-year deals.
We were shocked when they extended Mitch Keller, though. You and I were
That
so
was
happily
surprising
surprised.
that he dished out that money, and now he gets to just call it a day for the next like 3 years. But it's gonna be so embarrassing to look back in 4 years when Paul Skeens walks, and he didn't even get to pitch in a playoff game for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's just embarrassing. Like
It
like
really
like
is. Like,
this shouldn't be allowed to happen, and this is a case against the salary cap floor. Then, but all Bob Nutting has to do is spend a bit more money on shitty players. Under my proposed system of fines and draft picks and all this stuff, it just makes you look like an unserious organization, which is what the Pirates are. And I don't know anybody with the Pirates, but it starts from the top. And if
all
your
change
ownership
starts
is
from the top.
exactly. And if your ownership is not committed to putting a winning product on the field and spending the necessary money to do so, guess what? Everybody else knows that. It's obvious to everybody that the Pirates are not trying to win and build around their young talent. So how do you think the players are going to feel about that? It's very unethical. The whole thing is unethical.
He's
At least
owned
the
the
Marlins
team.
are playing well. At
Yeah,
least the
he's owned the
Marlins
team
are
since
playing well.
2007. I don't know if he's done anything relevant since then.
No,
Not
no.
good relevant, at
I mean,
least.
even basement dweller Miami Marlins have found a way to win baseball games this season.
Yes,
Pushed to 500 after beating the Yankees.
that was a beatdown too. They
Oh,
swept him first time in franchise history.
dismantled them. Dismantled the Yankees. Yeah, first time in franchise history. And
Right
after that
after,
crazy game where they wrecked Bird, they wrecked Doval, and they wrecked Bednar.
and Jose Caballero, who the Yankees also picked up, made a
Yes.
crucial error.
Yeah,
That
this
was
is
just,
very true.
dude. That was probably the funniest thing that's going to happen this year. Watching Yankee fan, we won the deadline. We won the deadline. First game out of the deadline, it completely blows up right in their face.
And they've now actually
Everything went wrong.
DFA'd, and they've DFA'd Jake Bird, who they gave up their 10th ranked prospect for.
I don't know. It was just sent him down, not DFA'd,
Okay.
because he saw the
Oh, all
options,
right.
and he has like
What?
3 years left.
You know what, Keenan? That's still
Close
equally
enough.
embarrassing to me. That's
Close
still
enough.
equally embarrassing. But
That whole
you know
series,
what I want
the
to talk about?
Yankees in general are just embarrassing. They
You
keep
know who
finding new
deserves
ways
a
to
lot of
lose games.
credit? You know who deserves credit? I'm looking at this. Kyle Stowers on the Miami Marlins. This is like the
Yes,
third time all year I've checked the Marlins like team stats out. He has 25 homers. I had no idea. I had no
wow.
idea. They're
I
at,
didn't
and
know.
if
Yeah, I saw his.
yeah, and
I saw
look at the
his
bullpen.
like he's slugging.
He's slugging while he's ripping the ball. Look at the bullpen. The bullpen's pitching amazing. So this just shows you can find talent without having to pay for it. You can find guys if you can develop good teams.
You can,
Now,
yeah, you can
we all know
find if you're competent. Actually, they're not competent. Let me take that back. It just takes sometimes it just takes a trade. Kyle Sowers was traded for.
sometimes
You know,
you just yeah, it's just dart throws. It's just throwing darts and getting lucky. Now we know the next logical step would be to pump money into some good free agents and adding some good veterans around
wait,
this
wait, wait,
team.
hold on.
I
This is the Miami Marlins.
I know, not going to happen.
Not
Not going
gonna
to happen.
happen. Kyle
No,
Sowers, you are a New York Yankee.
he will not be
2029.
he might be a Yankee. He might end up being a
They
Yankee. He's
love
still in
trading
the
to the Yankees.
They are essentially just a farm system for the Yankees. They are.
Just a farm.
They are. They are.
they,
But I mean, they're 500. They're still better than your shitty team. So I don't know why you're laughing.
they are very much,
They're like
yeah,
10
way
games
better.
better than your shitty team.
They are way better. You know what? I can't even be mad though. Like, this is the one team you can't hate on them for being good.
Yeah, you're just happy. You're just happy.
Even as an Atlanta Braves fan, I can't sit here and go, like, fuck them. I wish they were failing. There's just such a poorly run organization that you kind of go, you know what? Good for them.
Speaking of good for them, Jen Powell will become the first Major League
Yes.
Baseball female umpire. She will be behind the plate doing balls and strikes. I believe is it Saturday, the doubleheader?
Yeah,
The Brewers
between
game?
Miami and
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Okay, that'll be fucking no one's watching that game, so good for her. We can go in low
Low
pressure.
pressure, low pressure.
Two shitty teams. But yeah, this is a positive step. Positive step in the right direction. Good for her.
Yeah, I hope Twitter is not gonna rip her apart. That's all I can say.
Twitter's gonna rip her apart.
Twitter,
And
it
it's a damn shame because baseball Twitter is the most toxic like old boys
It's
club.
toxic.
So I'm not looking forward to that on Twitter, but we hope she does a good
It is
job.
toxic. You know how toxic it is? Jeff Passan just ripping into fans
What?
too.
Oh, Hassan's awesome. Did you see him rip Doug Mintinkowitz?
Yep, that was great.
Because Mintinkowitz, again, he's part of that like Jeff Fry contingent on like analytics have ruined baseball. And they're
Mhm.
like, oh, these idiots in baseball clubs. I'm like, the thing is, it's everybody who says that is currently unemployed. It's
Yeah,
people who have time to be like, oh, baseball analytics. Like Zach Cozart's a part of that club. Like it's just really embarrassing to me. Where they're like, yeah, like everybody making these decisions is wrong, and they're saying that because they can't get a job because people think they're stupid because they are stupid. Otherwise, they'd be working in the game that they claim to love so much. So they're like, oh, they're like that. I can do what Mintinkowitz hit him with the line though. Remember, Jeff, uh, I can do what you do, but you can't do what I do. And I do not think any of these old athletes could be baseball insiders. I don't think Doug Mintinkowitz could do it. No one would follow him. No one would like him. No one would talk to him because he's a douchebag. Great player,
Passan,
like
Passan killed
key
him in the
contributor to
comeback.
the Red Sox.
He's like,
But
"You try to do what I do. You try to think, and it doesn't work out for you."
fucking
And it's like,
yeah, just go. Everybody should just follow Jeff Passan's Twitter. It's amazing.
great
Like
follow.
he
Every like
he
once a month, this guy just wakes up. He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with someone
to
today."
me he's the best sports insider.
Oh, easily.
Like like basketball had Woj and Woj was good. The NFL it's like Schefter, I guess.
Yeah,
Hockey, there's like Drago, but they're not going on there and just ripping on fans because Passan can do whatever the fuck he wants, and we're all gonna love it.
yeah, yeah. Um, Speedway Classic happened last weekend, Saturday night. It was a bit of a disaster.
Bit of it is
The
yeah.
on
It was a full-fledged logistical shit show.
It was like you got one inning out of the game in Saturday night, and then the stadium ran out of buns, ran out of food.
Yep. They ran out during the first rain delay. That was 2 hours.
Yeah, like
Like it's an absolute joke. And then I saw somebody on Twitter who used to be like the like president of the state bar of Georgia, like not like a bar, but like the as in like the
yeah,
like
law.
attorneys, right? He said the Bristol game was the MLB version of Firefest. It was so hilarious. And then I think Burkhart was calling the game like he does the games with Brady too. He goes, "We're out of food, so it's really panic time." Like it's so embarrassing. It's do you know how bad it was, Keenan? They let fans bring in non-alcoholic food and beverage on Sunday. They let them do that because they had no fucking food.
Yeah,
The fans could bring in like a PB&J and like an iced tea. Like that's so embarrassing to me. That's so embarrassing. Like
the whole situation was embarrassing. Like
but
the
can you
fact that they
imagine?
tried to play the game too.
Yeah, like that and like Strider got pushed back, Burns pitched. It was just
Pitched,
it
yeah,
was
to the point he pitched one inning and then had they couldn't go out there Sunday.
of course not. Like, what? You want Tim Jim with his peanut butter and jelly sandwich behind the plate? Like, it's so ridiculous that fans could bring in food and beverage. Like
It
that to
was
me, you are waving the white flag. You're saying we can't like we can't think of a solution to this. We suck. Hey, everybody! Like, I'm just shocked because does no one have a weather app on their phone? Like, I don't know. I mean, I say that you do have to have sympathy for the event staff and the organizers because
yeah.
clearly
It's not their fault. Well, it's not the
it's not their
staff's fault.
fault, but it's not the event staff's fault, it's the organizers' fault because they're
Yeah,
clearly unprepared for the case of a rain delay. And
yeah,
I
no kidding.
understand that they're at a different venue. However, contingency plans should be made.
They're
So
not at a venue that's never had food before, though.
no, that's very true. That's very
It's not
true.
like they're in the middle of nowhere and going, "Whoa, what do we do now?"
Yeah. So I mean, to me, the most embarrassing thing is letting people bring in outside food and drink. Like again,
Yeah, that
I said
was.
that 5 times, but that's humiliating because you're losing so much money, so
Oh
much
yeah,
money.
100%. I'm surprised they. I don't know if they tried, but I'm surprised they couldn't get like some emergency delivery overnight.
You or what you do is send a bunch of interns to Walmart and say
Or that, yeah,
go buy up like literally go to every store in the area, buy up all their pop, and we're gonna sell the cans for like $2 and say like we're so sorry. They couldn't even be bothered to do that. I've had to do that for my job. I've had to go to Costco and buy like soda and water and stuff for my job. I've done that. How come they can't do that? They should have 100 different versions of me. Like
That's
it.
the MLB too. That is
Oh
it.
yeah, they have so much time. Like they have so much time and
So much
money.
more money. Like
Again, it's letting fans bring in their own food and drink. That's the most that is the biggest logistical failure I've heard of, and at a live sporting event in the past ever. I've never heard of
yeah,
that ever.
no, I haven't either.
I and
It doesn't happen.
I sat in the classroom for 4 years about this shit, and I never heard of that. That's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing.
Just set back
Oh
any new classics and any events the MLB was going to do. It set it back.
yeah. I mean, and I actually kind of like the idea of a speed. I think it's kind of
It
fun.
was a cool idea. Like
Yeah,
it
Springle's
genuinely
an
was.
iconic raceway, but that's just so embarrassing. So embarrassing.
Yeah. Moving on, Chicago Cubs, they're set to host the 2027 All-Star Game.
First time in 37 years.
Yeah, that's a long stretch for such an iconic ballpark.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I'd want to be going to Wrigley every 15 years at least, probably.
Yeah.
Like, but
Wrigley, Fenway every 15 years. That should just be a given.
absolutely, yeah. No, I just think that's a good story. And then, or is it time for the Blue Jays State of the Union?
I think it is because this was a huge series for the Blue Jays.
Oh, a huge turnaround series for the Jays. And now, setting records, was it 63 hits? That's MLB record for a 3-game series. Put up 45 runs. Now your run differential looks a lot better in the standings. The bats exploded.
They
Like Bo
did.
Bichette hit everything. Everybody was on. Like everybody was playing really well. Pitching was great. Gosman had a great performance today as well. They put that weird Kansas City series behind them where they got some odd pitching performances. Now they have another, like, I think 6 or 7 games, 6, 7 of interleague play, where they're gonna have to play against, I think, the Dodgers and then the Cubs.
Yeah.
So if you can beat two, like, these are legitimate tests now. You're playing two really, really, really good teams who if you make it to the World Series, you might end up playing against. So
Also huge, like very good offenses.
yeah, and this is where we're gonna see, okay, the staff has been a bit weird. Like Chris Bassett's been very bad, like very bad the past couple weeks. Or I don't know, very bad. He's had some bad performances, but Eric Lauer's continued to pitch very well. So everybody in the rotation is going to go one time through against the Dodgers or the Cubs, and this is where you see, has the added bullpen depth helped you,
Mhm.
right? How is this team going to perform in high pressure games in the dog days of August? Because that's where we are right now. Every game is a complete dogfight and has serious implications for the standings going forward. So can the offense stay hot? Because these aren't two amazing pitching teams. They're not, like, their offenses have carried them. So this is where they need to play Blue Jay baseball, which is, have the defense take over and see if they can win. But I think all of the key indications are that they can. Like Alejandro Kirk is back in the lineup. That's a huge lift for the. So I mean, Heineman's played well too, but I would feel very confident if I was a member of the team, thinking that we can roll through Chicago and LA, and then from there, I mean, like, they do have a tough strength of schedule. If you look at their schedule going forward, just through the end of the season, it's tough. But I do think that some serious confidence can be gained from even going 500 in those next games against the Dodgers and Cubs. If you can do that, then you go back and you got to play Texas. I would
Texas,
feel,
Pittsburgh. I think
yeah,
I
I would
think
feel
they'll
very
have a good chance.
confident that the Jays, if they can hold off those 2 games, if they can win 4 out of 6, that first place is firmly theirs, despite how hot the Red Sox are coming on. It's still their division to win.
100%. I think they've got a good chance to 3-3, 4-2 across this stretch. Because you got an off day right before the Dodgers series. You got one right after it as well. So the bullpen, yeah, you just got that extra depth, and they're going to be extra rested too.
100%, right? So you have the extra depth, and then you're monitoring Bieber's progress and performance in AAA now. I think
Yeah.
that's where he's scheduled for his next.
I don't think he'll be up these 6 games. That'd be a
He won't.
tough
No, no, he
first
won't
start.
be. But it's something to monitor.
Yes.
Obviously, Jimenez and Santander, it looks like the rehab's been set back a bit, so they're not going to be there in time for those. But
Springer might end of the Chicago series.
I
I think you
doubt
wait
it.
until you're.
I think you wait till you're back at home.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. You wait until that series is done.
Yeah. So,
Reevaluate him then if he's back and ready.
but help is on the way. But
Help is on the
reinforcements
way.
are on the way. If you can gut out these games with your depth, which is the way that the team is built, then I think you get a lot of confidence. Then you get Springer back. Then you get Jimenez back. right? Then you get Santander back, and then you're building, right? You're building. So I would feel very confident, but at the same time, they could go 0-6, and we're calling for John Schneider's head again.
Pitching matchup. Last week, we had a bit of a debate about this off air, but we're going to give you the win. Eric Skubal, Zach Wheeler, two quality starts. You got 7 from Skubal. Both of them allowed 3 and struck out 10, 6 innings for Wheeler. Those are 2 really good starts. If I just got 6 innings out of Kelly and Castillo, I think I would have gotten the win with the rest of their line.
Agree.
5 2/3, 2 earned, 4 hits, 6 Ks for Merrill Kelly. Luis Castillo didn't even get out of the 5th, 4 1/3, 2 earned, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts. That's not a bad line, but he just somehow didn't get out of the 5th.
Yeah, not being able to not being able to put a 5 up there is a bad look as a pitcher. Like
Yeah.
if you start and you can't pitch half the game, that's not a good look.
Especially when you're not getting lit up, too.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just a weird thing to have happen. So that's why we decided to go with Skubal and Wheelers, because they pitched a significant more amount of innings, had way more strikeouts, and you got to consider they're playing each other. So they're playing the Phillies offense and the Tigers offense, and they're going like that. So that we felt that was the best pitching matchup, and that's how
it
that was.
was, and it was the better performance. Just simply
Yeah,
put.
just all around better
Skubal going
performance.
7 innings, that's not a pitcher going 7 innings and having a quality start is not a regular occurrence in today's MLB.
Certainly not. But
So you get the win.
yeah.
Who do you have this week? And what year do you think it is?
Buddy, I know what year it is. It's 2025, and I've chosen Max Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw. This is purely nostalgia. This is gonna be Friday night, 7 o'clock. I'm gonna be It's gonna be amazing. Everybody's gonna be watching this game.
Friday night.
They're just two guys who are just gonna dial it back. They're just one more time. I just want to see it happen one
more time.
I think we're gonna see the magic.
Was it those two who pitched against each other like 18, 19 years ago?
September 7th, 2008, Keenan, is the date that you're looking for. That's 17 years ago.
When it was like Randy Johnson and
Greg Maddux, and they both
but they got pushed for 2 young guys.
For Scherzer and Kershaw, and little did the kids know.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years later.
Really weird to think of Max Scherzer as a Diamondback.
It was, yeah.
Really weird to think of him like that, but
They drafted and gave up on pitchers like right away. Scherzer, have your opinions on whatever his name is, the guy in Japan, but they did the same thing with him.
Getting fucking lit up everywhere in Japan.
Yeah.
Too, like his ERA is over 4 over there, which is.
I love how his ERA is like 4.4, and it's like the worst. And meanwhile, that would be just an average ERA in the MLB.
Yeah, but I've seen people like, oh, he has a 4 ERA, he'd be fine in Major League Baseball. I'm like, no, that's like that would be like in Major League Baseball rocking like an 8.
Yeah,
like, guys are comfortably at like 1.5, 1 over there. Like
it's a much different game.
Yeah.
My matchup, I got Kodai Senga and Brandon Woodruff. Woodruff has been amazing since coming off the IL. Kodai Senga is a star at the top of the Mets rotation. That's also on Friday, so this will be a good one.
I think it will be. I'm a big Kodai Senga fan.
Yes, this will get me back in the win column. It's been a while.
Well, I don't know about that, Keenan.
It's been a while, but I got faith in this one.
I mean, I give you the shot there, but I also did say I would jump off a bridge if Wheeler and Skubal didn't win.
Yeah, and it was close. It was
way too close for my comfort. I gotta be honest, not a fan of it. Not a fan at all of how close those two decided to make it, but thank God Terry Skubal went 7 innings.
They didn't even have bad outings, too. It was just
no, but like close. It wasn't,
it wasn't the dominance we know they can have.
Exactly.
Let's roll into the standings.
Yeah, I think we shall. So we'll start with the AL East, where the Jays are now 20 games above 500, absolutely rolling after their historic win over the Rockies, right? We talked about that. The bats came alive. That run differential, now that we mentioned, it was in the single digits, now at plus 55.
They are scored too. They're right in that same group with Boston and New York.
They're right there now, right? So they're 4 games ahead of the Red Sox, who just came off a 7-game win streak. They lost today, though, I think. So they're 64 and 52, and they're 2.5 games above the Yankees, who are 61 and 54. Kind of middling out right now. Like they're honestly at risk of missing the playoffs. Like that's really where they're at.
They got Judge back though, so that'll help.
Yeah, the Rays are just being the Rays, 500 baseball pretty much, 57.
They'll be back.
Yeah, and The Orioles are hanging in there 52 and 63, but the offense is still really lagging behind, and the pitching's been horrible. So
Yeah. This division kind of been turned upside down if you look at it from 2 months ago to today.
completely.
Like Boston and Toronto were 500 teams. The Rays were doing Rays things. New York was running away with the division. And now they're,
We
like
have
you
more
said, they're
Yankee
in,
fans saying no one can compete with us. Where's all this
yeah,
competition?
they thought
Fool.
they ran the East again, and now they're in danger of being on the outside looking in of the wild card race.
Keenan, that's why we call it the best division in sports.
That's why we call it the best division in sports. It's also why you have good fundamentals. Like that's the
I
reason
mean,
they've
the
lost.
Jays are an example of a very
Yes,
fundamentally sound baseball
those
team.
two teams are an example of good versus bad fundamentals. And it
Yeah.
really shows why they've separated in the ways they have.
Well, and even the Red Sox have a phenomenal defensive team.
Yeah,
Like if you look at their outfield, they do a great job in the
it's
outfield
like
of defending.
2018 again for them.
Yeah. And you know what? Would you be surprised if the Red Sox went on a run this year? I wouldn't be.
No, I think we had them winning the division.
Yeah. And you know what, Keenan? We weren't wrong. We were just late.
We
That's
were
all.
impatient. We
We
were
were just late,
impatient.
and that's kind of what we do here, though, is because we are very impatient.
We're reactionary right away.
But,
Oh, they're
but
two
that's
games
why
under
this division's
500.
so
They
great.
suck.
That's why this division's so great, though, is
It
anyone can
is.
win it.
Yeah, it's chaos. It'll always be chaos. National League East, a little less chaotic right now, but you still got the Philadelphia Phillies up on the New York Mets, 2.5 games. I think it's their biggest lead in like 2 months,
But we
which
can come
is
back next week.
insane.
Though. I mean, the Mets just didn't. I think the
Mets
Mets
are
just got swept,
slumping.
didn't they? Like the Mets,
Hey,
didn't the Mets just get swept?
yeah, they got swept
Very embarrassing.
at
Very
home
embarrassing.
by the Cleveland Guardians.
That's humiliating. Like that's the thing, though, is I feel like the Mets like this is the trap is they play up and down to their competition. That's why they're so good in the playoffs, is that they're always able to get up for big games, but they just
Yeah, they gotta lock in to make it to the playoffs though, because if they're playing baseball like this for the next month and a half, they're also in danger of missing the playoffs, which would be the most
I
Mets thing
think
to
they're
do.
a bit more locked into the playoffs than the Yankees are.
Yes, but it's also the Mets. I will refrain from saying they're locked in until the X is beside their name.
Okay, Mr. Braves fan.
Yeah, yeah, I know what my team is this year though.
Why isn't Snicker been fired yet?
I think his contract's up at the end of the year, so I think he's
So
just
they're
gonna
just riding it
retire.
out.
I think they're just riding it out
What
because
if
he's
he
been
gets
in the organization for like
what if he
50
gets
years.
renewed? What if he gets renewed? What are you gonna do if that happens?
I will
Say it.
jump off a
Say it.
bridge. No,
No,
um,
no, because it's actually gonna happen.
yeah, no, that there's actually a chance that happens. You'll just hear it'll be a good rant that day.
It'll be good. Is it gonna be pod of the year?
But yeah, yeah,
Pod of the
it'll
year?
be good. That
Oh,
clip better do numbers. But yeah,
okay.
Philly, 65 and 49. New York Mets, 63 and 52. The Marlins just hosted a difficult Houston team. They're 1 game under 500, winning today. Atlanta, 47 and 66, in jeopardy of going into last place in the division.
Yeah, and this is after like the Nats just got pumped by the A's a couple days ago or a day or two
Yeah,
ago. So
well, they snuck out a win today. Washington, 45 and 68. Atlanta, it already just got swept by the Brewers. No surprise there. What a disaster.
no, Sam,
Like,
what? Just talk about it, Keen, and talk about like you haven't talked about the Braves in a while on this show.
it's been a minute. Like, they're also fundamentally broken, but in a different way than the Yankees.
Explain,
And
explain.
I have, I have a stat for you. That is, I've actually sat on this for a couple of months, but it still applies.
Love
There is
stats.
one position group in the MLB. Like each team has like left field, right field, whatever, whatever.
Right,
One
where?
position group for one team in the entire MLB that has not hit a home run this year. It is the Braves shortstop. Good teams don't have that happen. The shortstop is the cornerstone of your infield, and he can't hit the ball out of the field.
What month is it? Oh, it's August. Oh, it's
It's
so
it's
low.
August. The guy's got like 300 at bats.
Oh, Keenan, I gotta say, and how does that make you feel?
Frustrating. Because like we made fun of Swanson for all those years, but he was a solid 20, 25 homer guy who gave you solid defense.
Do these
There
current
was
results
nothing
make
wrong
you
with
feel
him.
like you've done wrong in the past
Hey,
with making fun of Swanson? Do you think now that like you've seen the grass isn't always greener, do you want Dansby Swanson back?
yeah, the grass is not always greener. Yeah, Swanson. I'd be happy having Swanson right now.
You'd be happy with
But
Dansby Swanson. Would you be happy if Brian Snitker's back next season?
are you saying if Swanson's here, Snitker is both of those things.
Yeah, if that's the
No,
way things are rolling it, no.
nah.
What what
You
will
need
make
to
you
shake up
happy?
the culture.
What will make you happy with this team?
A new hitting coach because
A new hitting
everyone's
coach
just
and a new
struggling at
manager.
the plate.
And a new manager.
I feel like to me that's a given because he's old. I think he's gonna retire at the end of the year.
Oh, you think he's going to retire? Do you think he's going to retire to avoid being fired?
Probably.
Yeah,
I
and
think
then just like back in like 2 years,
that's
probably.
feeling. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. That's why there hasn't been that much public pressure, and that why like there hasn't been any coaching changes being made because I think they're just gonna ride it out and let Snicker retire.
And how does that make you feel?
You know, if we didn't win the World Series a couple years ago, I'd be livid because this is
Right.
like you're wasting
But
Acuna's
like you got
prime.
your ring.
But we got our ring. You let him ride it out, but you have to make changes this offseason.
Kind of feels like the Milwaukee Bucks with like Doc Rivers, and you're like, fuck, whatever. But I mean, Doc was even there when
Yeah.
they won the ring.
I think it's I will be content.
Is it is
There's
Acuna is Ronald Acuna the Giannis Antetokounmpo of the MLB?
Is Giannis also tearing his ACL every other year?
No, but he's like a top 10 player when he's healthy, and
Mm,
he's won one championship that's really kind of saved his legacy because
yeah.
he kind of be looked at as a failure.
If he didn't win that one
Yeah, if you didn't get that
championship,
one ring
he
with a team that's kind of
he wasn't even
underperforming
healthy
around
when
him.
they won the ring though.
Giannis, oh, he wasn't
Acuna.
true. Yeah.
So ooh,
Eddie Rosario carried the team.
yeah, that's true. And
Who
Soler.
is who is Ronald Acuna's NBA equivalent, Keenan?
I don't watch basketball.
Yeah, you're racist as hell. This guy only watches he watches
My favorite
hockey
player
and
is Acuna.
baseball. You watch hockey and baseball, the two whitest sports ever.
I watch some football,
What are you saying about football?
but my favorite team is the Seahawks, and we got Sam Darnold as the quarterback. So
You kind of look like Sam Darnold. Yeah,
you saying that in a good way or
in a good way. No, in a good way.
okay, okay, okay?
You look like you could get that you could fool a team on the West Coast to pay you money. But this isn't a
To
football
pay me
podcast.
like what was it, 60 million total?
Well, I mean, it's getting a. He's no way he plays more than 20 games as a Seahawk. I'll say that. I guarantee he starts less than 20 games as a Seattle Seahawk.
I mean, I hope it goes well as a fan, but
I mean, hey man,
I see what you're saying.
I hope that for you as well. I wish the Seattle Seahawks nothing but happiness. But we do need to keep this rolling
Yes, we
into
do.
the AL Central, and the Tigers still atop the division, 66-50. No competition for them. The Cleveland Guardians now 59-55, rolling after their 3-game sweep of the New York Mets. Only a game and a half out of the wild card now. Kind of really strange to see with their negative 23 run differential and two of their pitchers being suspended for gambling, or not officially suspended, but they will be. The Royals 57-58 had a great series against my Jays, taking 2 out of 3, but really just a year where they've taken a step back when we wanted them to take a step forward. The Twins, after their fire sale, they've won their last 2 games, but they're about to get dummied by the Royals. And the White Sox 42-71. Wow, is it embarrassing? Wow, is that embarrassing?
Yeah. Yeah,
No comment.
Twins stole two in Detroit. That was unfortunate. Detroit's slowing down a little bit, but injuries are kind of just poking holes in this roster. The offense is slowing down.
The
The
offense is slowing
deadline's
down.
gone.
The offense is the concern. The offense is the
The
concern.
offense is the concern, but
There
I
aren't
think
a
it's
lot of
just a
proven
slump.
guys in the offense. There's not a lot of proven guys.
I think it's just a slump, though. Like they've
As
got
a
a lot of
team,
young.
as a team,
It's a lot of young guys. That's what happens, though. Like look
that's
at
not good.
Baltimore.
That's not good.
No, I'm not saying it's good, but I'm just saying
Oh,
these
okay.
are the flows of having a young team.
Lots of ebbs
Like
and flows, but they need more flows, less ebbs, if you know what I
they
mean.
will figure it out. It's
Yeah,
just the post
100.
All-Star break has been rough for them, but I
Yeah.
have faith in them. I've rode the Tigers train all year and I'm not hopping off now. It's their division,
How does that
which
make
is
you?
not it's not a hot take. It's
No,
just
hey, not a hot take. Even I couldn't dispute that one. It's the Tigers division for the next couple of years at least.
National League Central though. The Milwaukee Brewers, they're not slowing down at all. First
No,
team to 70 wins, best record in the MLB, 6-game winning streak, 127 run differential. They're just a well-oiled machine. No
I could not
superstar
say
on
yeah.
offense. They're
Who saw this
just
coming?
getting
Who saw this coming?
nobody.
Nobody saw this coming.
They were
Look,
under 500 for like the first 2 months of the year.
would you be okay with Pat Murphy winning Manager of the Year again?
100%.
I'm kind of okay with it too. I'm kind of okay with it like I'm kind of okay with it 2 years in a row.
The roster is weaker.
Yeah, it's
Like
not as like on paper they're not as good as they were last year. But I mean, fuck, everybody's hitting though. Like their outfield might be the best. Like that might be the best outfield in baseball.
this
Like
is yeah.
like no, but like isn't that crazy? Like Collins, Churio, and Frey, like that might be the best outfield this year. Like they're all of them are hitting really well.
Yeah. 128 stolen bases as a team.
I love that. I think that's awesome. And like pitching wise, like it's like look at their runs given up. It's incredible how well they how much good pitching they've got. Like and they're doing this pretty much with like kind of a quasi four man and like now Mizorowski's in there as like the fifth, but like it's been very odd.
Mizorowski is on the IL right now, though,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
unfortunately.
they've had a lot of guys make a lot of starts this year. That's the thing. But they've had four really consistent guys who have all been pretty good, and the bullpen has been amazing. McGill, Anderson, Uribe, Koenig, and Mears have all been very, very good. I'm just very surprised that they're still this good. Because I think, I don't know, I can't say you and I was waiting for the Cubs to just slowly pass them.
I had the
And they've
Cubs winning
they've
the division.
they've slowly pulled away from the Cubs and Craig Counsell, their old manager, who thought the team wasn't good enough, so he jumped ship to a divisional rival.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
they got
happened.
better.
Like, let's just say
This
that's
is
exactly what happened. They got
that is
better
exactly
when
what happened.
the
This is
best
another
manager in
team
baseball left.
similar to Toronto. They got reinforcements on the way. Reese Hoskins, Jackson Churio, Jacob Mizorowski, Shelby Miller, key players all on the IL right now, and they are dominating teams.
Oh,
Like
they're rolling teams. Like,
they they're just not slowing down at all. More
are
stolen
they the
bases than
scariest
home
team in
runs
the league
hit.
right now? Are they the scariest team to play right now?
See, scariest is
But
not.
but they're
I
not
don't know
scary.
if I,
But they fucking roll everybody. They roll through their opponents.
I think that's what makes them scary because you look at them and go, well, they aren't that good on
And they
paper. Well,
and they
that
win
doesn't matter.
8-1. And they win 8-1. No,
They're
they're
just well rounded. Like more
yeah,
stolen bases than home runs hit is a wild stat for
that's
the
a
best
great
team in
stat.
the MLB.
That's a yeah, that man, I love the stolen base. I love
That's
this.
coaching right there.
Yeah. It's great coaching. Great job by Pat Murphy.
Yeah. Let's go through this division though. 70 and 44. They got 4 games on the Chicago Cubs, who are
They're on a
66
6-game heater.
48. Yeah, Milwaukee on a 6-game heater. Cincinnati 60 and 55. They still haven't gotten hot or gotten cold. There's no highs, there's no lows, kind of like the St. Louis Cardinals, who are 58 and 58. Pittsburgh, however, is a lot of lows, 49 and 66.
And they're still 10 games above 500 at home. They're
That's
still 10 games like that's crazy to me.
yeah, somehow good at home, but an awful team overall.
Yeah, embarrassingly bad on the road. We can move on now. I don't want to talk about the Pirates too much. I've already said all my feelings on that team. The Houston Astros are 64 and 51 and are at the top of the AL West. The Mariners are 61 and 53 and are currently beating the White Sox. If they win that game, they will be 62 and 53 and only a game and a half back of the Astros. Really exciting stuff there. The Rangers, 60 and 56, a game and a half back of that third wild card spot. They're going to be hosting the Jays soon. We're going to see if their pitching can continue to keep them in games. The Angels, 55 and 60, pretty decent. Better than we thought they would be. And the Athletics, 50 and 66. Once again, the only thing that has killed them has been their pitching. And it's been historically bad.
Shea Langeliers 3 home run game.
Second 3 home run game of his career.
Yes, second
Not
3
many
home run
catchers do
game
that. Not
of
many
the year
catchers.
for the team.
Yeah.
They had Kurtz hit 2 weeks ago, I think. And now
Yeah.
Langeliers doing this. Get these guys some pitching, and they will probably win the division in a couple years.
I agree because pitching's the easiest thing to find.
It is.
Pitching's like 10 times easier to find than hitting.
Cozy up with the Brewers, figure out whatever their pitching coaches do to their no-name guys that they bring in, and do the same
Make it
thing.
sound like you're giving them drugs though. Like make it like I mean the Jays found Eric Lauer in Korea and look at how
Yeah,
well he's pitched. Like you can find good pitchers.
you can
You just
find
gotta have
good
the good
pitchers.
scouting
Merrill
network.
Kelly was in Korea for a couple years,
Did you know that
and
they had
now
like a
he's
6 inning smoke break and not a 7th inning stretch?
yes, I
That
I
is
did hear
fucking
that.
awesome.
It
That is
is insane.
awesome. The exact way the word is meant to be used. That is awesome.
It is awesome. And then the backups just go out in the field and stretch and toss the ball around.
This kind of vibe. I feel like I kind of want to be a part of a team in
The
Korea that
Korean League is just a vibe.
you just smoke and stretch every day, all day. That's great.
Yeah.
That's absolutely lovely. But the AL West, I don't know. I still feel like Houston's got this. I still feel like they've
I
got
feel
this.
like they've got this now at this point, but Seattle and their reinforcements are going to make it competitive. They've rounded out the offense.
True. This is true.
This
I,
is a
I just
solid
trust the
offensive.
experienced team that's been together with the Astros. Like I think having Correa back's actually gonna help them.
Oh, 100%, but Seattle will make it competitive
I
because
agree.
they brought in two bats, which is
I
what
mean,
we kept
it
saying.
already is competitive, but I don't think they'll have enough to get over the line.
No. National League West, surprisingly competitive now. The Los Angeles Dodgers had this on lock for a while, 66 and 49. The post All-Star break, Padres are rolling 8 and 2 in their last 10, 63 and 51 on the year. 2.5 games behind the Dodgers. San Fran back above 500. Not a sentence you'd want to say for a team that went all in and acquired Rafael Devers. 58 and 57. Arizona 54 and 60. Yeah, unfortunate year for them, but not as unfortunate as the Colorado Rockies, who are 30 and 84 and have allowed 740 runs.
Okay,
They
so
weren't even at 700
you know
when,
how I said that like the Athletics like really need pitching help because it's embarrassingly bad. The Rockies have given up 120 more runs than that.
yes. But we knew the Rockies would be bad. We
And a
kind of
lot of this
thought
is
the
from the
Athletics
J
would take
series, I
this.
get it, but yeah, they're horrible. Like
They
they're
are all.
absolutely dog shit. Like and I will say the Padres because I think they're leading the Diamondbacks right now. If they win that game, they're a game and a half back of the Dodgers.
Just 2 games. You only gain
Oh
half.
fuck, no, you're right. You're right. Sorry, I got excited
All
there
good.
for a second. I'm thinking about how competitive this can be. But
Yes, but it's going to be competitive down the stretch. It's the same thing the Padres did last year. They have an amazing post All-Star break record.
yeah, they again, they might be the Dodgers' toughest test when they play them. I don't know, but do you want to go through the wild card standings too?
We can. Yeah.
I mean, I want to check in. The AL wild card is still the Red Sox leading it, right? They're 64 and 52, 2.5 game lead over everybody else. The Yankees are on the bubble with the Guardians and Rangers both a game and a half back. And if the Yankees continue to fall and can't figure this out, don't be surprised if Texas sneaks past them. And at that point, Aaron Boone's head will be on a spike.
I mean, it should have been a couple years ago, but that's a different conversation. The league competitive between the top three teams, and then there's a bit of a fall, but Chicago holding down that top spot, 3.5 games up. Then the Padres half a game up on the Mets, who hold the last spot, 63 and 52. Cincinnati 3 games back. They're on the outside looking in. They just need a hot streak. They're the only team. They're really the only team on this list that I can't say have had a true
Yeah,
hot streak all year.
yeah. I think with Cincinnati is they could go on a run and finish like with a really good record
They
and
need to
still not
go
make
on
the
a
wild
run.
card and still not make the wild card because of how good the National League is,
Yeah,
right?
it's one of those years like 2021, the 90 win Mariners and Blue Jays. It's kind of got that feel for the
Fuck would
Reds.
you say that for?
It's a good comparison.
Then we start drinking on a Wednesday. That Blue Jay team would have won the World Series. I don't care what people say. That was the best team in.
You got this Blue Jay team to win the World Series.
Yes, true. This
You know
team
what
isn't
would
as good as
be
this team isn't as good as that team was.
you know what would be an interesting World Series matchup? Toronto Milwaukee. Because they don't play the
No
game
one's gonna
that
watch that after Yankees
nobody's
and
going to
Dodgers.
watch it. That's why I said it would be interesting. Because they don't play the long ball game that the fans and the MLB wants, but they play good baseball.
It would be like boomer baseball porn. There'd be a bunch of just old men. Oh, they're laying down a bunt. Oh my god.
Oh, this
Oh my god. I watched them move the runner over and hit him in. Oh, they subbed out Vladdy in the ninth for Ty France.
infield single.
It would just be it'd be great because it'd be people like I love this game. It's no they're not going the home run or bust mentality.
This is
Ooh.
why baseball is great.
Yeah, I'd be like, you guys, I hate you, but I love that my team's in this. Like, it would be really good. It would be really good. I kind of want it to be Jays Mets. I think Jays Mets would just be so
I think that
amazing.
would be fun.
I
I
think that'd be the
want
most fun series I could think of because I think the Jays, everyone's kind of rooting for them.
I want Padres Tigers. I think that would be my fun series to watch.
You just want to. I feel like if we see the Tigers in the World Series, we're gonna see an AJ Hinch masterclass.
100%.
We're gonna see a Hinch masterclass,
He
and
knows how to manage.
that's why I think you have to favor like the Tigers in the American League is because he is like 3 levels above every other manager
Yeah.
who can compete with him.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
he's 10 times the man and manager that John Schneider is. He's a way better manager than Aaron Boone is. Uh, there's no one else close to him.
Yeah, there aren't questions of why are they so fundamentally broken? Why is this bullpen decision being made? Why is the starter still out there?
Hinch is 8 steps ahead of everybody.
You trust him. You know what he's
Imagine if we
doing.
saw Tigers Brewers and we see Hinch and Pat Murphy face off.
That would be a chess match. That's a chess
How
match.
awesome! That might be the World Series that everybody should want to see. Would
Yeah,
be these
that's a
two.
chess match.
Yeah.
Like it's just two great managers who play the teams play different baseball, which is good as well. You get to see the kind of long ball that the Tigers give you, and then the Brewers will just bunt, stolen base, sac fly.
No, I think I may have just talked myself into that being the ideal matchup.
That's your ideal matchup, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I could
aside from
also
obviously
Padres.
selfish, they want the Blue Jays to be in
Oh
it.
yeah, of
But from a
course.
spectator standpoint,
Yeah.
Tigers Brewers would be really cool to watch.
I think Padres Astros would be good too.
I hate both those franchises.
What did the Padres ever do to you?
They're just annoying.
The fans are annoying. I'll say
Fans
that.
suck.
But I kind of want to see the
I do
teams.
love Tatis though. He's a good guy.
I do love Tatis is great. I kind of want to see the team succeed, but the fans would be incredibly annoying if they even just make the World Series.
Again, you've already made me kind of. At the end of the episode, I'm kind of annoyed.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we end it on that note?
I think we ended on that note.
I think we ended on that note. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week.